Hello and welcome to National Focus. I'm Pearl Fontaine.
And I'm Tarnia Green. Thank you for joining us.
Topping the headlines, investments in Dominica's geothermal energy project to bring about economic benefits. Millions to be injected in feeder road development, and Dominica to sponsor Windward Islands 2020 cricket team.
All these stories and more when National Focus returns. Stay with us.
Documentaries and in-depth discussions, community walkthroughs, and Yes We Care. See it all on GIS Channel 7.
Welcome back. Government is currently investing $2 million EC in the rehabilitation of feeder roads in communities across the country. Agriculture Minister Honorable Matthew Walter says work has started in the St. Joseph Carhome area.
Government is going to invest $2 million in the rehabilitation of feeder roads. The Prime Minister has made that pronouncement, and the Ministry of Communication and Works has gone ahead to prepare the designs and the estimates. And work has started, especially in the Carhome area in the St. Joseph area. Work has started on the feeder roads, and the other identified feeder roads on that list, will see rehabilitation done forthwith.
Honorable Matthew Walter says that in addition to the $2 million being spent on feeder road development by Finance Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, a further $15 million is becoming available to service the country's farm access roads. The $15 million, according to the minister, is grant funding being made available under the program known as BAM, Banana Accompanying Measures.
We have additional money under the BAM, okay? In an amount of about, close to $15 million that, we have to invest on the rehabilitation of feeder roads all around the country, okay? And we cannot do every feeder road because we will not have enough financial resources to be able to repair all feeder roads. But the EU is, I think they were there last week, and they traversed a few of the feeder roads, okay, that are enlisted for rehabilitation.
The minister says emphasis will be placed on rehabilitating feeder roads in areas that are most productive.
The rehabilitation of roads costs a lot of money, and we will not be able to repair all the feeder roads in Dominica, but the emphasis will be on the most productive areas, where the farmers are showing real interest and commitment and dedication to work, because it doesn't make any sense that government invest money in infrastructure that absolutely no economic activities is taking place. So it is quite obvious that if we have to spend money, to invest money in the farmers on the rehabilitation of feeder roads, that the farmers must understand that they must show sustained interest in their work, and that the area where they are cultivating is an area that is being productive.
The grant funds under the European Union's Banana Accompanying Measures, BAM, are expected to be dispersed to Dominica by the first quarter of next year. Wow, Tanya, this is great news for Dominica's farmers. $15 million. I mean, that will go a long way in assisting farmers, to their lots and even on a larger scale, the local economy.
Definitely, Pearl, and it's very good that our partners, our overseas donors, see the importance of assisting Dominica, especially in this current economic global crisis. We know that government alone is not able to rehabilitate all of the island's feeder roads, and these funds come in at a very, very important time in our own development. The Minister of Agriculture pointed to the fact that while it is true that government may want to give attention to all the feeder roads on the island, but right now it is not feasible, it's not possible to do that. And hence the reason why they're going to be focusing on the areas where the banana farmers have been able to be productive. You know, because you will appreciate that in some parts of the country, not all farmers are really producing. Productivity is an issue for some of the farmers in the country.
Right, but government isn't leaving those farmers who are not as productive as the others out. They're not leaving them out, and so it's really important to let them know that as well.
Moving along, a 2-day workshop to sensitize healthcare professionals on the updated guidelines for the management of HIV/AIDS and other STIs ended last week with over 90 nurses and doctors better educated on the subject. The workshop was held through the collaborative effort of the Ministry of Health, the National HIV/AIDS Response Program, the OECS Secretariat HIV/AIDS Project Unit, and the Caribbean HIV/AIDS Regional Training Unit. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Helen Royer, at the opening of that workshop, said government is taking a multi-level approach to combating the virus. According to Royer, the workshop is a part of that approach.
It is now well known that the presence of STDs predisposes the individual to HIV infection. Unfortunately, the STD cases still go undiagnosed and untreated. We cannot sit idly by thinking that it's not our business, because HIV/AIDS is a human development problem fueled by many factors. Some are way beyond our own ability to address. The Ministry of Health realizes that for outstanding success, a multi-stage process would be required, and therefore before implementing, all stakeholders must be sensitized on the necessary guidelines. Hence your presence today.
Roy also stated that healthcare providers ought to ensure that all people are treated equally, regardless of individual circumstance, including their ability to pay, citizenship or immigration status, first language, and specific sexual practices. National HIV/AIDS Coordinator Julie Frampton remarked that the objective is to develop a force that can help combat the HIV/AIDS disease locally through the use of medication.
It's something that we've been wanting to do, update these guidelines and then ensure that everybody knows what's in the guidelines, especially as we aim to decentralize and integrate HIV services throughout our primary health care services.
Powers Country Program Specialist for Dominica, Shirley Augustine, presented statistics on the region's progress in the fight against HIV/AIDS.
Latin America and the Caribbean have the highest level of antiretroviral treatment coverage in any middle to low income region in the world, with an estimated 67% of people who need treatment receiving it in the Caribbean. And according to WHO and UNAIDS data, at least 4 countries in the region, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, Guyana, and Mexico, have achieved universal access to treatment, and 10 others are close to achieving that goal. Let's hope Dominica is one of those 10. The region has also made great progress in preventing mother-to-child transmission of HIV. The number of children born with HIV has declined 32% in the Caribbean since 2001, so we are making progress.
The guidelines highlighted during that workshop were developed through a participatory process of health professionals with experience in the field.
In more news, government believes investment in Dominica's geothermal energy program will bring about several long-term benefits for the country and its citizens. Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, made the remark when he addressed a contract signing ceremony for the commencement of work on 2 geothermal wells on Monday. So far, the government of Dominica has injected over $33 million into the geothermal project. Prime Minister Skerrit says this is being done at a time when the entire world is battling with a global economic crisis. The Prime Minister has stated that through this investment, the country will see a reduction in energy costs and will be able to export energy to Guadeloupe and Martinique.
The government believes that this investment in a geothermal program will help us in the future to address all of these challenges. Because it will see, God's willing, a reduction in the energy cost to our citizens and investors in the country. And equally importantly, that we will be in a position to export energy to Martinique and Guadeloupe with the consequent result of having an increase in our foreign exchange earnings.
The government of Dominica and geothermal drilling company Iceland Drilling on Monday signed a new drilling contract for 2 additional geothermal wells in Dominica. Earlier this year, the company drilled 3 intermediate-sized wells with promising results and a manifestation of the geothermal resources in the Roseau Valley. 2 full-sized geothermal wells will be drilled, a production well in Loda and a re-injection well in Lily Valley, Trafalgar. The project will be done at a cost of $18.1 million. Funds for this new phase of the geothermal project are being made possible from a loan from the Agence Française de Développement. The project is expected to start in May or June of next year.
And the government, realizing the role that agriculture can play in efforts to overcome poverty, has been given due attention to short and long-term development plans set for the sector. This plan, aimed at boosting agricultural productivity, sustaining the nation's food security, substituting imports, and maximizing exports, is expected to remove Dominica out of the vicious circle of poverty. The Ministry of Agriculture is now in the process of procuring a consignment of fertilizer and other inputs required by banana farmers. Agriculture Minister Honorable Matthew Walter told GIS News recently that increasing farmers' productivity is a key priority for his ministry.
If the necessary nutrients are not given to the plant, it's evident that the plant will not be able to produce satisfactorily with respect to productivity. So productivity is a key factor, and in order for us to be able to achieve productivity, we must be able to provide to the farmers the fertilizers that will be able to boost production and productivity.
The presence of the black sigatoka disease on the island has affected some farmers' productivity in various parts of the country. During a recent tour of affected banana farms in the north and northeastern regions of the island, the Agriculture Minister had the opportunity to interact with several farmers who requested government's assistance in boosting farm productivity.
They lamented over that aspect, and I gave them a sense of comfort in relation to government's intentions, to procure the fertilizer and to begin to distribute some fertilizers to all farmers, but paying more specific attention to the infested areas.
The Agriculture Minister also gave government's commitment to addressing a number of feeder roads where farmers have been identified to be productive.
In other news, the Discover Dominica Authority announced this week that it will be sponsoring the Windward Islands 2020 cricket team. That announcement was made by head of the DDA, Colin Piper, at a press conference on Tuesday. Piper explained that this strategic move will help to market the country's brand. He also outlined other reasons for the sponsorship.
Since the building of the sports stadium here, we have realized the impact of sports as it pertains to the movement of people in and out of the country. We obviously are concerned about the movement of people for tourism reasons, and so sports tourism has become something that is of keen interest to us. So we look at this partnership as a way to further both the development and our involvement in the whole issue of sports tourism. We also recognize that this event is going to be shown worldwide through the ESPN2 network, and as such, Dominica will get prominent branding because the brand mark Dominica will be on the front chest of the Windward Islands team.
Piper stated that the Discover Dominica Authority is pleased to be able to contribute to Dominica's image in such a tangible way. President of the Dominica Cricket Association and President of the Windward Islands Cricket Board of Control, Emmanuel Nanthan, also addressed Tuesday's press conference. He stated that it is a pleasure for the Windward Islands Cricket Board of Control to partner with the Discover Dominica Authority. Nanthan highlighted exactly how the sponsorship will help benefit the Windward Island team.
This funding will help us, I say, to go into the tournament earlier, have longer camps to mesh, let our players mesh, build team spirit, and work together as one team. We believe and we are confident that our team is a capable, competent, skillful one, with people like Darren Sammy, the present captain and West Indies captain. We have our own ambassador, Shane Shillingford, a very skillful and gifted player. We have Dylan Johnson, who opened the battle for West Indies in the World Cup finals that just ended there. And a number of other players we have here. Johnson Charles, we have Liam Sebastian, of course, we have Andre Fletcher, we have Miles Bascom, and a number of very good and skillful young players. So we are looking to bring these fellas together and work and move through to win and move winners cricket to the finals, and in fact to become the champions for the Caribbean T20 tournament.
Nanthan also hopes that the Windward Island team will emerge victorious in the tournament.
The Windward's team, as you would have known, made it up to the semi-finals in the first two events held, Caribbean T20 tournament. And we expect this time to go all the way. Often enough, we as Windwards are considered among the underdogs, although we have some of the better players and we can pull through some of the better performances. As 4 separate islands working together, it is very difficult for us. Pulling in the resources, you have to move players here and there, you have to have camps and so on, you have to have uniforms, and there are so many things that go in with it. With the small economies of the Windward Islands, as well as the geographic distribution of the territory as Windwards, it has become very challenging for us. And we are very pleased and grateful, really, that the Discover Dominica Authority found us capable and willing partners to work with. And they are sharing with us and sponsoring our team going through for the 2013 competition. We expect and we hope that this will be the year that Windwards will be, in fact, champions of the Caribbean T20 tournament. We are grateful for the assistance and the support and the funding, because that will help us to help move our teams through, to help get us the equipment, to help give us more time to train and to have work out in a camp for our team.
The Caribbean 2020 tournament will be hosted in Trinidad and Tobago from January 6th to the 12th and in St. Lucia from January 15th to the 20th.
And that's the English segment of the news. Let's now join McPherson St. Luce for the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Louis. Premièrement, Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, qui a fait parole qui projet diothermique qui ouvert la porte pour investissement étranger venu en pays là. Honorable Skerritt fait parole celle pendant la cérémonie où la contract et puis une compagnie Iceland tient exploration pour produire cela. Honorable Skerritt dit autant de travail pour place taper investors pour projet cela. Et aussi fait parole que deuxième phase projet là, qui voit capacité plan là avancer. Premier ministre Skerritt aussi que garder le vent, ça fait ou la énergie qui touche en Dominique, géothermique qui soulage ça. C'est le Premier ministre Skerritt, le gouvernement déjà travaille bien formidable à adresser les affaires énergie en Dominique. Premier ministre a aussi fait parole qui projet cela, qui animé soulagement de la population là. Finalement, le gouvernement Dominique a complémenté tout le monde qui travaille pour faire projet cela en réalité. En la nouvelle, le gouvernement Dominique dépense l'argent invest en programme de certification Citrus. Parole cela sorti hors officier quarantine ministre agriculture Ryan Ansem.
2008 McPherson, gouvernement Dominique invest en dedans un Citrus certification program. Avec souvenir Botanical Gardens là, où nous avons 5 screenhouses. Avec ces screenhouses là, c'est pour nous objectif screenhouse ça là pour nous bas planter clean planting material sans maladie, planting material qui pas ni maladie. Avec ça même qui travaille bon pour nous. Avec le gouvernement, j'ai investi $1 million en dedans faciliter ça là. Avec nous, j'ai fait ça ou quoi qui est nous j'ai construit lab, Nous avons des labs, nous avons des molecular labs, là nous avons fait PCR, nous avons fait PCR testing pour nous garder ces maladies, problèmes maladies. Et l'objectif, ça là, pour nous planter. Et nous on planter, on plante, nous assurer que le plan pas ni pièce maladie. Et ça, c'est un bon investissement nous avons fait. Et ça, c'est une de nos goûts, mais quand Wang Longbing.
Ansem ka aussi avisé habitants pour poursuivre le plan citrus seulement, hot ministre agriculture, à une manière détruire maladie citrus greening qui affecte l'industrie citrus pays là à présent.
Il est important pour gagner citrus plan seulement en dans ministre agriculture, pas aller dans private nursery. Nous c'est seulement institution qui ça certify planting material bao, so nous ka de pas aller en pièce private nursery avec gagner plus citrus. Ça ou ka faire ou ka private nursery a pas ni capacité pour test avec pour certify plan bao. So ou ça pour on plan private nursery ça avec mener en Portsmouth avec ou ka transmettre une disease. So nous ka di moun c'est un bitin qui bien sérieux travail avec ministre agriculture gain plan seulement ministre agriculture en citrus certification programme là parce que ça nous qu'a fait ça yo qu'a payer nous pour certifier plan ça baou et nous baou plan et sans maladie et ben OK un des programmes là et ben ça nous le fait c'est pour sustain industry citrus là pour ces femmes ni un livelihood en dedans citrus et ben yo ça vivre en dedans citrus là so encore nous qu'a demander tout le monde pour travailler web parce que nous avons une bonne chance pour éliminer maladie ça là.
En la nouvelle, membre parlement pour Saint-Joe, Honorable Kelva Darrow, qui mené jeté Noël pour moun à l'âge constituency salam, des organisations senior citizens et puis community service group, où ils voient bagaille marchandises jodéam. Honorable Darrow présenté ces organisations-là et puis ces marchandises salam pendant une cérémonie jodéam en Saint-Joe.
Des groupes salam, ils ont bouillé manger pour ces moun qui pas ni rien pour manger. Pour ces senior citizens et les gens qui handicap, ils ont besoin manger pour tous les semaines. Et quand le Parlement hot Saint-Joe, m'a dit c'est Noël season. Et je fait une contribution pour ces deux groupes là. So ils ont continué ça qu'ils fait pour ces senior citizens, pour ces gens qui sont disabled, et pour ces gens qui pas rien pour manger hot dans Saint-Joe. C'est bitin que rice, bitin que flour, c'est peas, bitin que ham, vous avez season Noël, et tout bagage ça là, et manque de ces groupes ça là pour continuer ça qu'a fait hot dans Saint-Joe.
Et puis finalement, le gouvernement Dominica a dépensé $2 millions pour réhabilitation chez mes habitants tout en pays là. Parole ça là sorti au ministère de l'Agriculture, Honorable Matthew Walter. Si le ministre Walter, travail déjà commencé en Wan Kahoum en Saint-Joe. Ministre Walter aussi fait parole qui a pas de $2 millions là qui a dépensé. Gouvernement ni 15 millions pour Farm Access Road, réhabiliter tout en pays là. $15 millions ça là c'est l'argent grand, l'argent nous parle pour payer oui, primaire connaître qu'on BAM, ça c'est banana accompanying measures. Honorable Walter fait parole qui attention que mettez assez chimé ou la production hier. L'argent BAM ça là qui commence à dépenser pour mieux quart l'année prochaine. Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson Saint-Luce. Qu'est-ce que tout le monde au bon saison Noël. Au revoir.
Stay tuned for the tip of the day.
Together we build, together we strive. We see it all on your government information service, Channel 7. This is the Government Information Service, bringing you all that you need to know about all that's happening in your country's development. GIS, you and your channel.
In today's tip, we'll talk about staying present and in the now. Anyone can be mindful for a moment or two, but developing your mindfulness muscle means that you have to take things to a higher level. Staying in the present moment can dramatically reduce stress, increase your happiness, and give you bursts of insight that might change your life. Here's a down-to-earth tip that can help you become more mindful.
Increasing the time you spend in the present moment can be a lot of work. If you're serious about becoming more mindful, you have to be determined. There will be times when you feel like you want to throw in the towel. You will face challenges, obstacles, and problems. But if you're determined, you will get through them, keeping in mind that those moments are nothing but teachers on your path. When you make becoming more mindful one of your main goals, you simply cannot fail.
And that's National Focus. As usual, we invite your suggestions or comments. Please feel free to drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm, or you can visit our website at news.gov.dm.
On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm your presenter, Tarnia Green.
And I'm Pearl Fontaine. Thanks for watching.